Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to SMS Equipment Stadium at Shell Place at MacDonald Island Park in Fort McMurray in Wood Buffalo, Alberta. I'm Adam Hardiman. So happy to be here with you for the first ever HPTC Open Fitness Challenge. Of course, here's my co-host, Michael Marusek. You'll hear from him in just a minute. He's going to tell you all about the events. He's our subject matter expert here for this HPTC Open. If I can get it right, I've been trying to get it right all day and not doing a very good job. So we're going to talk about three major events. We got 6 great teams here at the island ready to take on what's an incredible challenge. I mean, they showed me the first event earlier, and I went, that's one event. That's like a whole month of working out for me. So this is going to be just incredible to watch. So we can talk about those 3 events. Of course, it's going to be three big events to make up the overall score here today. We got the all-out obstacle course, the sled sprints, and the HPTC Open Challenge. So 3 big events, Mike. We'll hear from you in just a minute. But we got another Mike with us. We've got Mike Booth down on the field. Mike, tell us what you're going to be doing today.
Thanks, guys, and good morning. I am surrounded here by a number of athletes getting loose, getting limber, getting ready for a big day of physical fitness. And to put on an event of this magnitude, it takes a ton of support from a number of different community partners, like Neville Video Productions, the fine people over at Mix 103 Points, Paul LaRue from Fitness West, Nutrition House, Self-Driven Legacy Apparel, Alberta Masonry, Black Gold Physical Therapy, Clearwater Physical Therapy, Professional Corp, Cal Tire, CrossFit Crude, Orange Fitness, and we're not done yet because there's still the Westwood YMCA, SSWC, and Keanu College, as well as the Waypost Emergency Services. It's
Okay, Mike, thanks a lot for that rundown. Very special day here as we go through the HPTC Open Challenge. We're really excited. So I'm going to hand things over right now to Michael Marusek. Mike put all this together. He's the man down here at the Island Fitness, Health. Tell us about the event. So we got our first one here, the all-out obstacle course.
Thanks, Adam. Yes, starting with a tough event, all-out obstacle course. 24 amazing athletes on 6 teams. We'll go through a deadlift challenge there under the canopy. They'll go from 135 pounds to 405 pounds deadlifting for male, 95 pounds starting for female, going all the way to 235 pounds. All right, they're going to start with the deadlift ladder, 9 reps, then they go 6 reps, they go 3 reps, and then final rep at the 405 for male, kind of like lifting a small car, 235 for female. And then after that, their hamstrings are going to be burning, and they're going to get and hit the ground on the football field too. They're going to get through a 20-yard broad jump course, 40-yard med ball course, and then at the end, the zigzag slalom between the poles, sprint back, tag their teammate, and off their go.
All right, Mike, that's like just way too much action for me, but I think it's going to be absolutely incredible today for the sold-out house here at Shell Place, SMS Equipment Stadium, MacDonald Island Park. I'm Adam Hardiman. Great to join you for this first ever HPTC Open Challenge. We'll be right back in just a minute. Okay, everybody, we're back here at the HPTC Open Challenge. Of course, we talked about it already, our first event, the all-out obstacle course. So here we go, our first team, Flex Appeal. They're from the MacDonald Island Fitness Department. They're the home team here today. Mike, what can we expect to see from them?
You can expect to see some fierce competition. They're pumped up. They're at home. They want to win. They're going to bring out their best.
Well, if there's anyone used to performing here at Shell Place in MacDonald Island, it's Flex Appeal. And, of course, their opponents here in this first heat, Amateur Hour.
Yeah. Amateur Hour, we've got 2.
Oh, go ahead. So Amateur Hour, tell us about what you can expect to see from them as they take on Flex Appeal in this first heat, Mike.
Amateur Hour seems like a great team. I've seen them practicing at the HPTC at Shell Place, and they are pumped to compete. They're ready to go.
Of course, that's the High Performance Training Center here at MacDonald Island. Maybe you can tell me a little bit more about it, what it's offering to the community right now.
Yeah, most definitely. It's a space at Shell Place. Lots of great places for functional movement, dropping heavy weights. It's CrossFit-like space. It's wicked. It's open Monday, Wednesday, Friday in the evening.
Well, I'm telling you, and the thing is, the way these teams look in the beginning, I mean, we got the Fort McMurray Monarchs playing the Central Alberta Buccaneers tonight here at Shell Place. I mean, these guys could join the team tonight, the way this is going. So for right now we got Flex Appeal. They're doing some deadlifts for us here, Mike, looking pretty sharp. So here we go. Of course, this is the first of 6 different portions of this first day, this first heat here at the all-out obstacle course. And look at this. Like I said, they're going to be joining the Fort McMurray Monarchs tonight when they play for the championship.
You've got Trace Bozarth there for Team Flex Appeal. He's actually a former Monarch player, Mac Island employee. He's a busy, just finished his first set of 9.
And here we go. It's looking pretty tight so far. Pretty tight contest early on.
Yeah.
Amateur hour, Flex Appeal.
Yeah, we loaded up. We're at 225 pounds there for deadlift for 6 reps.
So here we go, looking pretty sharp so far. This is our first heat, Flex Appeal versus Amateur Hour. Of course, 2 more to come. We'll have the Misfits against Limited Edition, followed by Chalk Dirty to Me versus Team Fast. And, of course, world record holder Fraser O'Neill coming up. He's the main event in this first event here of our HPTC Open. Unbelievable endurance here.
Trace Bozarth again, 315 pounds loaded on the barbell there for 3 reps.
And of course, Mike, he's going with that double grip. Some people like to use one way or the other. Tell us the advantages of going kind of inverted on one side and then pronated towards the other.
You know what? There's not much of an advantage. It's really what you get used to. Some people like to lift one way. Some people like to lift the other way. Doesn't really make a difference. It's preference thing. We've got Naz here then from Mac Island, starting at the 135, 9 reps. It's like featherweight for him, throwing it around.
Looks like the libero with that red jersey. He didn't get the memo about the uniform for Team Flex Appeal, of course, representing the actual high-performance training center at Shell Place at MacDonald Island. We're in our first heat here of this all-out obstacle course, Flex Appeal, Amateur Hour, going head-to-head. Of course, 2 more heats to come following this first heat, and, of course, 3 overall events.
And it seems like the teams are pretty close. Naz is now loading another plate on the bar, while Kyla, our female competitor from Mac Island, is on the bar there with 3 plates.
Wow, that's pretty impressive. So tell us, Mike, what goes through your head in this. Of course, you can train for this all you want and go through. Of course, now it's competition day. Does it go through your head early on in that first kind of part of the competition? Wait, I got 5 more events after this. I have to pace myself. Or are you just kind of following the training that you've done?
I think you just hit it. You go all out. Every event counts. It's only 3 events. They just got to smash it and go hard. We've got Team Amateur Hour on the turf now. They're leading the heat now.
Yeah, they got a slight lead. So, Mike, you'll have to crack the whip there with your co-workers. But Flex Appeal right now trailing Amateur Hour in our first heat of this all-out obstacle course. But here they come, playing a little catch-up.
And they're moving on. They're going through that 20-yard dash there with broad jump.
Well, they got away with one. Might have snuck one by the officials there. No call on that. Totally not doing a broad jump correctly. But we're not going to. Jerry will edit that out when we go to television for the full broadcast. But here we go. Amateur Hour now going through the pylons, looking like Alberta Tomba going around, looking pretty sharp there in the slalom.
And, of course, now the hamstrings are burning. They just finished the deadlift ladder. They're going through the course. They are gassed, but they're going strong.
Well, you know what? It looked like Amateur Hour is opening up a bit of a lead here in this first heat. Of course, it's only about 8-9 degrees down at field level here at SMS Equipment Stadium at Shell Place. So that's got to play a factor as well, Mike.
Absolutely. The athletes are trying to stay warm. And this event is definitely helping them to stay warm.
Amateur Hour now going through that obstacle course, going through the slalom portion, but it looks like a pretty good lead right now for Amateur Hour.
Yeah, probably good 15-second lead there. After the first female competitor, she's going to high-five her teammate now.
And there we go. She's just through the finish line. And now on to the males for the leaders right now in our first heat, Amateur Hour. Of course, maybe Flex Appeal just trying to be good hosts here at MacDonald Island. Being hospitable and allowing Amateur Hour to get this lead. But you got to expect they're going to pick it up here.
Yes, they will. And we've got Matthew there for Amateur Hour.
Wow.
He is tossing that 20-pound Mad Bull like it's nothing.
Well, you took the words out of your mouth. That's not a balloon he's tossing around, brother. That ain't no Swiss ball either. That's a medicine ball, folks.
20 pounds, yeah. We've got Trace Bozarth, though, however. Look at him go.
You know what? they're not going down without a fight here. You know, we got a lead pretty sizable right now for amateur hour in this first heat. And like you said, 12 minutes to complete overall. Otherwise, tell me how that works. Are they disqualified? Do they lose points? What happens if you don't meet the time, Mike?
So if you hit it before the time cap, then you get the amount of points based on your finish. If you don't hit the time cap, you're going to get points, but you're not going to get as many as you would if you hit it in the time cap. So we're going to line the teams up based on work completed. So if somebody gets past that med ball on the last man, we're going to give them more points than the team that didn't get there.
So important to finish within time, obviously. You don't want those deductions on your score. Of course, this being 3 events today. Of course, right now the all-out obstacle course, amateur hour in the lead over flex appeal early. But after this, we'll move on to the sled sprints and what Jerry Neville is calling the HPTC Open Challenge at the HPTC Open.
Absolutely. And we're watching Trace Bozarth. He's a former Monarchs athlete. He used to play pro football, and look at him. He is struggling to finish this event.
I can see the dedication in his eyes, Michael.
He is going to finish, though. He's a tough guy. Look at him
finishing
go.
Strong, though, as he finishes through the finish line. Amateur hour, I think, with the victory here, it looks like, in this first heat.
All right.
Pretty big win for them. That's a good time, and they're well ahead as they're headed through the kind of end of this obstacle course here, this being the all-out obstacle course. So let's see if Flex Appeal can make up some time.
Yeah, we've got Mandy now with the med ball throw. She's a fitness competitor. She is a beast. She is probably stronger than half the guys in the competition. Look at her go.
Yeah, the good low center of gravity there is definitely going to help them out. But it looks like amateur hour extending their lead a little bit as they move into their next male competitor. So Flex Appeal's got some time to make up.
Yeah, Ludi Ayala there with the med ball on the far side. He is going deep. He's got a squat all the way below parallel, and he is doing just that, moving the med ball forward and extending the lead, like you said, Adam.
Of course, I can't help but think the Fort McMurray Monarchs tonight play for the Alberta Championship, and I'm looking at the way these athletes are performing. Now, obviously, we know this is the HPTC Open. I'm just waiting for Central Alberta to pull up in their bus and look down at the field and go, oh my God, the Monarchs are literally running a fitness challenge as their warm-up. Welcome to the jungle. We've got fun and games in Fort McMurray. Go Monarchs. And, of course, our Oil Barons right around the corner. Another great year for sports in Fort McMurray and Shell Place, MacDonald Island. We're feeling good. So here we go. Amateur hour still with the lead as they head back through the back end of that slalom portion. Flex Appeal looking to make up some ground. Tell us what we're seeing out there, Mike.
Right on. This is the last competitor for amateur hour. He is just finishing. We've got 4 minutes to go on this time cap, and he is just finishing the event with a sizable lead over Flex Appeal.
So your
winner, they're in.
So your winners in this first heat in our first event will be amateur hour. Flex Appeal, though, you know what? It all adds up at the end, so you want to make sure to finish strong here.
100%, Adam. And there's 6 teams. Don't remember, there's 3 heats, so we're only 8 minutes in, still 4 minutes remaining before they hit the time cap. So Naz needs to finish strong here to keep his team in the competition.
And this is the tough part, right? Because you got that lactic acid buildup, but there's also a cardio component. So it's really an all-around fitness challenge here.
Oh yeah, this is hitting everything you've got. You know, it's endurance, it's speed, it's slow twitch, fast twitch muscle, it's everything you've got. And these guys are gassed now. They did amazing.
So here's Flex Appeal, the team representing MacDonald Island Park, and they'll finish up now. Not a great performance for them against who they went up against. I mean, they started out pretty well, but looks like they had a bit of a tougher time than our winners here in this first heat amateur hour. They look pretty good.
They did. 8 minutes. That's a strong showing on event 1. 8.5 minutes for Flex Appeal. I think these times are gonna be good. They will probably be beaten in the heat 2 and heat 3, but I think we've got some strong start here in heat 1.
That's great to hear, Mike. We got 2 more heats coming up. So that ends our first heat, folks. Your winner, amateur hour. In second place there, of course, was Flex Appeal. So coming up next in heat 2, we'll have the Misfits against Limited Edition. Okay, everybody, we're back here at the HPTC Open. Adam Hardman, Michael Marusek, Mike Booth is on the field for us. We're going to move on to our second heat here in this first event. The all-out obstacle course. Of course, we've got the Misfits against limited edition. Amateur Hour winning our first heat over Flex Appeal. So tell us, Mike, what we got here. The Misfits, I believe, are in lane 2, but limited edition is in lane 1.
Yes, second heat now of this event. First heat was lightning quick. We're expecting to see another quick action here.
So that's limited edition in lane 1, Mike. So what can we expect to see from them here in our second heat?
You can expect a quick round here. Look at, I think we're looking at Brittany Lalonde here. She is throwing that weight around like a feather. It's taking no time at all. 135 pounds for the guys. Team Misfits.
Well, he's definitely rifling through that weight, but they're going to have their work cut out for them to meet the time that Amateur Hour put up in that first heat.
100%. Look at them go, though. They are not wasting any time. They're loading more bars there. Second plate there on the bar.
So if you're just joining us here at SMS Equipment at Show Place, Mike, walk us through the weight differences here. So they have various deadlifts they have to do in this first to 6 things in this obstacle course. Tell us about the weight differences for men and for women.
Definitely. So the girls start at 95 pounds. So that's a bar and another 50 pounds on it. The guys start at 135 pounds, and the guys are loading 90 pounds. Every single set, and they're going from 9 reps to 6 reps to 3 reps to 1 rep. Girls at 235 pounds, guys at 405 pounds. Now they're on to the second plate there, 225 pounds, loading a third plate.
There's been an interesting energy here at SMS Equipment Stadium at Shell Place today, almost like we're under a full moon. I can't really explain it any better than that, but it's a great energy. Fort McMurray Monarchs play tonight for the Alberta Championship, but right now it's the HPTC Open Challenge. Another busy summer at MacDonald Island Park and a busy summer in downtown Fort McMurray. So we're still going here with the deadlifts, struggling a little bit, but that's a lot of weight there. And, of course, that lactic acid builds up, that cardio builds up. It's easy to, I know as I get older, Mike, the strength is still there. The endurance, not a chance. I really should get back at the HPTC, that high performance training center, and maybe work out with you a little bit so I can get back in shape.
Yes, buddy. All right, the first team is now at the stadium on the turf, going through the first part of the back part of the event.
So that's limited edition right there. It looks like they have a bit of a lead.
Limited edition,
but it's pretty tight right now.
All right, Brittany Lalonde going into the 20-yard broad jump. Crossing the line, med ball. This is a 20-pound med ball, guys. This is heavy.
Yeah.
All right. She's thrown that forward for 40 yards. Can't run with the ball. Has to throw it every single time.
But they've got a pretty good lead at this stage. We had Amateur Hour there in that first heat, and they look good against Flex Appeal with getting the win. But this is a pretty big lead now for limited edition. The Misfits still on the deadlift portion.
It's a huge lead, and you know what? I think Team Misfits, they got hit with a couple of penalties there because they can't lift. So what we're looking at here, if you can't complete a rep on the deadlift, you get a 10-second penalty. That's an immediate penalty. So your team is stopped for 10 seconds, and then you can go again. So I think that's what happened, and that's creating a huge lead for limited edition.
Well, you hate to say it because you never say never in sports, but looks like this lead could be unsurmountable here in this second heat of our all-out obstacle course. Of course, that'll be followed by sled sprints and our HPTC Open Challenge. But a big lead right now for limited edition.
Huge lead, yeah. And we've got Brittany Lalonde here finishing her part of the event, finishing strong. She's still going.
Bit of a spill there. Hopefully she's okay. Could have turned the angle, especially when you turn that ankle to the inside, much worse than rolling it the opposite way. So hopefully she can withstand that and get through it.
Yeah, and that's Karen Brookings there in the far lane. And we've got a first athlete going shirtless here. Temperatures going up.
I'm glad you brought in a team from the North Pole because it's 5 degrees outside, but I guess he wants to show off that impressive tricep development, Cotton.
And so we're watching Andre here for Team Limited Edition, finishing that zigzag, finishing his part of the event. You can't tell that he just went through 20+ reps of heavy deadlift. He's sprinting back to that line again, shirtless, showing off those pecs.
Now
Look at him go.
Now I know we didn't catch it. We'll maybe get it on replay if possible a little later on. Misfits did have a pylon that went down as part of this first part of their first heat, so that's going to hurt them as well. But a big lead right now for limited edition. It'd be interesting to see. I think they're pretty close to amateur hours time, so it's going to be interesting to see who has the fastest time here in this first event. Our second heat, first event, the all-out obstacle course.
Yes.
We got one more after this. But right now it's the Misfits in limited edition with the lead. Chalk Dirty to Me up next, taking on Team Fast.
Yeah, and as we were watching Heat 2, we're looking at Caitlin Kelsch-Miller, and we are looking at another athlete. I think it's John there in the far lane, trying to bring Team Misfits to speed.
But this is a huge lead. I mean, I don't know, you don't want to say they can't come back, but it's going to take a lot, although that's going to be a fault there, so that'll help them a little bit.
Yeah, Caitlin was just hit with a bad rep, and again, she's struggling to get this zigzag right.
Well, sometimes the thing is you train, right, and then you get in the competition and you forget where you're actually supposed to go because, it can be a little confusing when the pressure's on.
And I'm telling you, that heavy deadlift, that messes up your brain too.
Well, that's just it, right? I mean, it's easy to criticize one element of the competition, but, when that mental fatigue sets in, it definitely plays its toll.
All right, so Caitlin here sprinting back to the line, tagging her teammate, grabbing that 20-pound med ball. Heavy med ball.
Impressive performance here. The Misfits did make up a little bit of time here, but they've got a long ways to go if they're going to catch up to limited edition. So here we go. That lead basically being made up right away. So any lead that the Misfits made up there in that last section of the heat, it looks like it's already vaporized. So much for me trying to create drama out of a situation that was a foreseen conclusion in the first 3 seconds.
Yes, and we're looking at Matt Lalonde here, going through the course.
Woo!
He doesn't look like he just did deadlifts, guys. He is going hard.
Well, an impressive use of tights as well with that extra ventilation.
You might have borrowed that from his wife.
I'm guessing that he'll come second to Jerry Neville in the costume portion of the competition. A huge lead now for limited edition. Misfits really struggling. Looking, they're performing more along the lines of their team name at this stage.
and the lead, you can talk strategy here. First male athlete shirtless, second male athlete here with vented tights. I think that strategy played a huge role, and they just finished in about 7 minutes, 15 seconds.
They look good, yeah. So, that's going to be the fastest time. We don't have the official results in front of us just yet, but the Misfits still on the course, limited edition, winning this second heat. But it appears to be in a faster time than our first heat number 1 winners, amateur hour.
Most likely limited edition is going to take the lead after this heat here, as the Team Misfits still on the course, waiting for the last teammate to finish. We're looking at Simon here. Simon's gonna go through the course, trying to make up some time. I think they're about 40 seconds away from the slowest time so far, so if he can get through it in 40 seconds, he's putting his team in the third place now.
Well, that's just it. The attitude you got to have at this stage, even though you went down in this first heat of your first event, you got to think long term. You got to think, hey, you got a whole competition ahead of you, and if you have a good run here, that might give you some points in the end, might make the difference.
It's right. Every point counts. This portion of the event is challenging on the ankles now. As the hamstrings are burned from the deadlifts. Now you got to do those sharp turns. It's not easy.
Yeah, someone that has some knee issues myself. I've had a torn meniscus. I've had ACL problems. These hard cuts, people don't realize how difficult that is when you're trying to go at full speed and plant and go. So pretty impressive run here nonetheless, but an impressive performance by limited edition. I thought amateur hour, they looked great in the heat 1, but they even have a big time lead now over amateur hour. So limited edition pretty good. Misfits finishing up right now here in our second heat of this all-out obstacle course. We'll be back shortly with our third heat. Chalk Dirty to Me takes on Team Fast, a world record holder, Fraser O'Neill from our Fort McMurray Fire Department. All right, everybody, we're back here at the HPTC Open, the first one we've done here at SMS Equipment Show Place. Adam Hardiman, Michael Marusek, Mike Booth is with us on the field. So we're going to go into heat number 3 here in this all-out obstacle course. Chalk Dirty to Me takes on Team Fast. We got our Fort McMurray Fire Department's own Fraser O'Neill. He's the world record holder. So this is quite the thing, right? You just think you're signing up for some event. Hey, I want to be involved in fitness. I want to be in this competition. You're going to face a world record holder here today, and he's one of our own. So this is going to be really exciting. Of course, we had amateur hour with the win early on in the Heat 1. Heat 2 went to limited edition. This will be Chalk Dirty to Me, Team Fast. Mike, what can we expect to see in Heat number 3?
You know what? We're excited to watch Fraser just blast through this course. And you know what else? I think we're looking at some sun coming out. So we're expecting to see some sun. We're off to a strong start here. Let's look at what we've got here on the camera.
Well, here we go. Wow, that's right off the top.
That's the pace.
That's pretty impressive here. So we've got Chalk Dirty to Me taking on Team Fast here in our 3rd heat of the all-out obstacle course. Event number 1 of 3 here at the HPTC Open.
Right on. And we've got Joey for Team Chalk Dirty to Me starting off, flying through those deadlifts. Look at that. We've got 9 reps with 135 pounds for the guys. That's nothing for the guys. It's just to get them a little tired for the 405 at the end.
He's looked pretty sharp right there. Chalk Dirty to Me. That's some pretty impressive deadlifting, especially with an individual that height to be able to rifle through that quickly. So we kind of a tight race right now, but it's going to be interesting to see because limited edition really tore through it on that 2nd heat. And, of course, amateur hour is our winner in heat number 1. So I don't know, Mike, if they're going to be able to match what we saw in that last heat. That was a great time.
Yeah, you're right. It was a fast time. But you know what? We're looking at 2 plates. 2 plates already. We're only a minute in. Look at that. 2 plates loaded. 225 for guys, 145 for girls. These athletes are just amazing.
I've been especially impressed by the women here today. Incredible level of fitness, intensity, and strength. I mean, I'd be in trouble if I was in a situation against some of these women. Just they're in incredible condition. So here we go. Look at this, right?
Just fast.
Yeah, I need like a forklift
Team
to do some of these deadlifts. So.
And Team Fast moving through this event fast.
Yeah, they're looking pretty good so far. Of course, they got their world record holder, Fraser O'Neill, from the Fort McMurray Fire Department. Of course, the Fort McMurray Fire Fit team were 2015 national champions. And, of course, we also have national champions in football, the Fort McMurray Monarchs. They'll be playing tonight here at Show Place, 7 p.m. Central Alberta Buccaneers for the Alberta Football League Championship. So here we go, heat number 3. Things are looking pretty good. Team Fast takes on Team Chalk Dirty to Me, and they got an early lead.
I'm not sure what happened, Adam. I only see 3 plates on the barbells, though. I don't see 4 plates here for Team Fast, so I am not sure if they'll have to go back and finish the deadlifts there, but I think they missed a plate.
Yeah, we'll send Mike Booth out there to make sure to get the lowdown on the field, but I think we might have a time penalty there in this 3rd heat, so we'll have to confirm that later on as we get our information. But another lead here. We've yet to have a close race. Really, we've seen in all 3 one of the teams get out to an early lead and then hold on to that lead.
Yeah, and we've got Tia Murari here in the first lane here for Team Fast, and she is finishing up her part of the event here. You can tell she is getting a little tired, but she is still going through it. And Danielle in the far lane there for Team Chalk Dirty to Me. She is doing those cuts. We've got Medbull running back. And you can tell from the short steps there, she is tired.
Yeah, she looks pretty gassed. No, they've got a pretty decent lead here, though. So Team Fast looking good in this 3rd heat as they go into the broad jump portion. So this is going to be interesting to see if they can make up this time on the other end, Chalk Dirty to Me. And it'll be interesting to see as well if Team Fast is going to be close to that time put up by limited edition in heat number 2.
And guess who we're watching here?
You're watching the best is what you're watching. You're watching excellence. You're watching
are.
a world champion, world record holder.
You are.
And one of the best we've had in the community for a long time. So,
a little slip
of course I play it up, right? And then that's what happens. So that's my fault, Fraser. That's on Adam Hardiman. Send the Pulse line an email. Be sure to deal with it within 48 hours. So going on
He's too fast.
Oh, and he's got a pylon down. That might have been a gust of wind. I think with the hair coming off the back. He's moving so fast, right? He just goes by it, and he creates such a wind force that he knocks out a pylon.
He's too fast for a cameraman too. Phil Howell in the back, moving that med ball, that 25 med ball, 20-pound med ball forward. All right, Fraser O'Neill finishing up.
Well, he's left them with a pretty decent lead, so Phil's got a lot to make up here for Chalk Dirty to Me if they're going to have any hope of getting back in this race.
You know what, Adam? I think Fraser just hit a new world record here at HPTC Open.
I couldn't even see him run through the course. He was going so fast.
So
You know, he did have a couple mishaps there. He had a bit of a slip there on the turf, and he hit a pylon. He was going so hard. But a big lead right now for Team Fast. We'll see if they match up in time to limited edition. But looks like they're going to come out victorious unless something drastic happens here. But a big lead here for Team Fast. Of course, we've got that 12-minute time limit. Tell us what happens if you don't make the time.
If you don't make the time, then you're looking at deduction of your points. You want to finish within the 12-minute time cap if you are serious about winning this HPTC Open Fitness Challenge.
There you go. So here we are in our first event of the day. If you're just joining us, the HPTC Open SMS Equipment Show Place at MacDonald Island in Fort McMurray in Wood Buffalo, Alberta, Canada, planet Earth. So here we are. Race number, there you go. Race number 3. We've got Team Fast, Team Chalk Dirty to Me. Team Fast has the lead. Of course, we have 2 other events coming up after this one: the sled sprints and the innovatively named HPTC Open Challenge here at the HPTC Open.
And Ashley Campbell just finished her part of the portion. Team Fast with their last competitor. Only 6 minutes in, they're blasting through this event. He just chucked that medicine ball probably 25 yards with no problem.
Well, excellent form there for Team Fast, right? You get low and you push it out that way. So some people think, you know, you have that tendency to kind of push high on a medicine ball, but if you're looking for distance, you want to push it as much in a straight line as possible. So that's the only thing I know about the entire competition, and I made sure to say it right there and totally steal the color man's thunder.
Totally. And I'm going to add to it on that med ball throw. On that med ball throw, you got to go your hips below, your butt, basically, your glutes below parallel, and then push from there. That's how you get all the power, tossing the med ball forward. And like you said, Adam, great point. You got to go in a straight line. If you're weaving through it, you're screwed.
As Ron Burgundy said, it's science.
It's science. Look at
and a nice time there and a big win there for Team Fast, featuring Fort McMurray Fire Department's own and world record holder Fraser O'Neill. So they take heat number 3 here against Chalk Dirty to Me. So Team Fast are winner in heat 3. Heat 2, as we remember, was limited edition, and the winners in heat 1, amateur hour.
All right, they finished under 7 minutes, guys. We had a time cap of 12 minutes. We thought that some teams won't make it. They finished in 7 minutes.
Unbelievable. You know, I'm finding the competitors to be athletic. Yeah, I find that they're in shape.
I think they do fitness sometimes.
Yeah, unbelievable. And they might do it right here at the training center at Shell Place at MacDonald Island.
They can. In fact, a lot of these athletes that we're seeing here on the field are our at the HPTC here at Shell Place, MacDonald Island Park. Shout out to CrossFit Crude as well. They have a number of athletes here as well.
Well, you know what? You know, you look around the field today, there's a lot of people who could probably benefit from the High Performance Training Center at Shell Place. But tell us about it. Tell us how it works. You know, you have a membership for the regular facilities, Suncor Community Leisure Center, Shell Place. How does the HPTC program fit into that?
Right. Yeah, HPTC, it's actually a course. It's a program that you sign up for. You pay $90 for 3 months. You can go 3 times a week. It's amazing. You know, it's just a great community place. Athletes get together, and it's it's open space. It's friendly. It's fun. It's awesome.
I tried to go, but I usually can't get past the Fox Den Lounge and Grill there. So that's the way it goes sometimes. But we're back here. Thanks a lot. You know, we're here through Heat 3. We're done our first event. Team Fast, the winner. They had the best time. Limited edition won Heat number 2. And Amateur Hour was our winner in Heat number 1. That's it for the first event here at the HPTC Open. We'll be back with the sled. Well, welcome back to the HPTC Open. Of course, Adam Hardiman with you, Michael Marusek. We got Mike Booth down on the field. We're going to hear from Fraser O'Neill in just a second. He's with Team Fast. They had the fastest time there in those first 3 heats of the all-out obstacle course. But first, Mike, let's get to some replays. Show us what we saw there in our heats. Of course, Amateur Hour were our winner in the first ones, followed by Limited Edition and Team Fast in our third heat.
All right, we're looking at some med ball throws. Really good form. Look at him going deep, throwing that ball forward. Probably good 20-yard throw. Amazing performance there in the far lane. We see the hash marks there. Let's see how far he can get the med ball. Going from 45. All right, that's a good 10-yard med ball throw. Now we're looking at 20-pound med balls, guys.
Okay, this is our second race here. Oh, it's still in our first race. Sorry, I got that one wrong. That's why we let you do the instant replays, Mike, and I do all the talking at the beginning.
So this is our first heat. Trace Bozarth of Flex Appeal. Holy moly, look at those broad jumps. Now he was a little gassed, but look at that. That's good 3-4 yards, maybe more. That's like an NFL combine stuff here from Trace Bozarth of Flex Appeal. And you could see that he had to finish that last little jump to get his feet across the line too before he gets to the med balls. All right, now this is still the first heat. Getting through that crisscross dash there, 40-yard crisscross dash. This is, of course, after all the deadlifts. So you're doing a 9, 6, 3, and 1 repetitions of deadlifts, running back. This is Mandy from Flex Appeal, going through that broad jump, 20 yards, you know, using those glutes, using all the muscles you have left after the deadlifts, crossing the line, grabbing a 20-pound med ball. Now, mind you, this is a heavy med ball for girls.
Yeah, pretty impressive stuff. Of course, this was in our first race of the day. It was Amateur Hour actually defeating Flex Appeal, and then we had Limited Edition defeated the Misfits, Team Fast defeating Chalk Dirty to Me. But of course, 2 events coming up as well. Mike, tell us what we're seeing here.
Yeah, you know, you're seeing heat 1. We just kind of missed, but there was a kicker to this event. You actually have to get through the whole course, then you have to grab that 20-pound med ball and run with it for 40 yards. So you're gassed, your hamstrings are gone, and you still have to carry that med ball back. We see it here. You see the athlete. This is not easy. She is tired. She's getting the med ball back, but she did amazing. This is heat number 2, where Limited Edition defeated the Misfits. We're looking at Team Limited Edition, our shirtless athlete, finishing his round.
You got mesmerized by the wonderful canopy at the Nexon stage here at SMS Equipment Stadium, but that's all right, because we can call the replays anyway.
Most definitely. And we're looking at another athlete doing a broad jump, 20 yards. Med ball throw. Amazing performances by these athletes here in Heat 2. They finished in just a little bit over 7 minutes and 9 minutes. We're still waiting for our official results. There's going to be some penalties hitting some of these teams. In Heat 3, one team elected not to do the 405 deadlifts for men, so that's an automatic 20-second penalty. There's been a couple cones knocked over, so those are some penalties coming in. I was just over talking with the judges. They mentioned more penalties too on the form here with the med ball. So we're still waiting for official results. It could be interesting.
Well, yeah, we saw some great replays there, and of course, the best we saw was from Fraser O'Neill right there. He's with Team Fast, and he's on the field right now with Mike Booth. Mike, take it away.
All right, joined now by Fraser O'Neill from the Team Fast. You guys were just that there, a crushing win there for sure. You guys got off to the fast start, and let's talk a little bit about the importance of that. You guys were out of the gate quick. You were the first ones on the field. Tell us a little bit about what it takes to get off to a fast start like that.
I don't have too much experience, but I think transitions, being able to get the plates on and off, making sure you know how to take the couplings off, and ready to go once the other person's done the reps, you know, the females for us, so we got on the bar right away for the guys, and same thing for them. You know how to, and that's probably the biggest thing is the transitions, I think, are the huge parts about this.
For sure. Now, another thing I noticed a lot of certain teams lost due to their lack of familiarity with the course. Now, you guys did get the course run through, and everybody did get a chance to see that. What was it for you guys? Is it just extra attention to detail, or what do you think it was that helped you guys get a little bit better knowledge of the terrain here?
Yeah, I try to take things a little detail, especially when you're doing these workouts. You know, the lactic hits in and your brain's not functioning as well as it usually is. So, you know, making sure you're making those cuts appropriately and knowing where to go is probably the key, and it's going to save you a lot of time. So yeah, we got a few reps in, just making sure we knew what to do before even this thing started up. So.
For sure. And then last but not least here, we got to talk a little bit about the weather here. You're decked out in a toque and mitts here. It's a little chilly, and for a physical event like this, your muscles can tighten up really quick. What was it for you guys? Is it just extra stretching, or how is it that you guys get prepared for an event like this outdoors on a bit of a chilly day?
I got my October gear on here, and it is August. Just keeping warm, wearing a toque and gloves, just to keep the hands warm. And it's not too hard. Once you get going, you're pretty good. So.
Well, that's fantastic. Congratulations once again, Fraser O'Neill from the Team Fast. We'll see more of them. Unofficially the best time, so we'll see if they can continue that. Back to you guys.
All right, Mike. Well, thanks a lot for that. Thank you, Fraser. Of course, it was an impressive performance there in that first event, the all-out obstacle course. The HPTC Open here at SMS Equipment at Shell Place. Coming right up, we've got our second event, the sled sprints. We'll be right back.